What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D back at you with another video. So, today is the day for my long-awaited top 10 WWE wrestlers of the year. I think this list was very tough because of the amazing 2023 of wrestling that we got from the WWE this year. This year was nuts. Absolutely nuts. Like, you guys have seen my previous matches, my top 10 matches list. You should know how hard it was to pick the best superstar of the year. But honestly, I looked at a lot of other lists, and my list is a little different. A lot of different, like, same faces, different placements. But I think my list is just as good as anybody else's, if we're going to be honest. Now, you guys are going to probably try to kill me over some of these, but I don't give a damn. My list is fire, and I stand on my list. So if you want to debate, please jump in the comments and debate with your boy. So without further ado, we are going to get into my top 10 wrestlers of the year. And here we go. Number 10, we are starting off hot and very unpopular opinion. Number 10, Roman Reigns. Now, I know everyone's like, you talk all about Roman Reigns and his great championship. How the hell is he at number 10? Well, because he took a very long-awaited break. He was taking breaks in and out, coming in and coming out, coming in, coming out. He did a very good job from January to WrestleMania. He was there for a lot of the build, but there was times where he really wasn't there. But I think he's had some of the easily some of the biggest moments of this year that you can't act like he's not the most important wrestler in sports entertainment right now. Roman Reigns is the top of WWE, whether we like it or not, period. If this just wasn't my bias list, Roman Reigns would be number one, and there's no debate. Roman Reigns is the guy. He is number one, period, point blank, and there's nothing we can do about it. But I think as in the 2023, I think we all would agree that he had a way better 2022 than he had a 2023. But I still got to put a lot of respect on Roman Reigns' 2023 because he had some of the biggest matches and biggest moments, and he's one of the biggest reasons why WWE is so hot right now. So, as respect, I gotta put number 10 as Roman Reigns. Number 9. Number 9 is very funny because number 9 is also my most improved wrestler, most underrated wrestler of 2023, and that would be Dominic Mysterio. I think Dominic Mysterio showed his ass off this entire year. Bro, what? His feud with his dad alone and how he embraces that nuclear heat he gets and the amount of matches they put him in, and especially against the people they put him against. Like, he's about to have a match in Madison Square Garden versus CM Punk 2 days after Christmas. Actually, a week from today. That is crazy. And the fact that they trust him so much, and they trusted him with Randy Orton, and then what he did with the North American title, he made the North American title important. No disrespect to Wes Lee and Dragon Lee, who has it now, but he made that title something. The way he brings that power to his feuds, it's incredible. And the way he can't even get a word out when he starts to speak. You gotta show love and respect to Dominic Mysterio because he is doing his absolute thing, and he's definitely getting from under his dad's shoes, because Rey's one of the most beloved faces ever, and now his son is one of the most beloved heels ever. So you gotta respect that, you gotta love that, and you gotta enjoy that. And big kudos to Dominic Mysterio because he is absolutely kicking ass right now. So he's definitely number 9 on my list. Number 8, Tiffany Stratton. Bro, when I tell you Tiffany Stratton is the future of the women's division, Tiffany Stratton is the future of the women's division. When you talk about the look of a WWE superstar, the way she dresses, and then the moveset in her ring and her athletic ability and skill, her mic promo cutting, Tiffany Stratton, hands down, is the future of the business. I'm sorry. We're just going to have to get used to it. There's a reason why Becky Lynch went down and she was the first person she worked with off rip. And they had a hell of a match at NXT No Mercy. Hell, even their match on NXT was absolutely fire. You got to give all the credit in the world to Tiffany Stratton because the world really is her oyster and you can see her stardom right in front of you. And now that brings me to the question, with Charlotte Flair being out 9 months from injury, we could see Tiffany Stratton very soon on a Raw or a Friday Night SmackDown at any drop of the moment because she's only in a feud right now with Fallon Henley. And I think giving Tiffany Stratton the right pieces and the right storylines, I think she could be that next Charlotte Flair, that next Trish Stratus. But put them together, oh my goodness, they could be something truly special. And that's why I have Tiffany Stratton at number 8. Number 7, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, you cannot put Sami Zayn on this list. You can't tell me Sami Zayn does not belong on this list. Sami Zayn had a hell of a 2023. Capping off his 2022 with the Bloodline feud, and we're like getting into it with he has one of the hottest segments of this year with Tribal Court. He has one of the best promos of the year with him and Cody Rhodes heading to Elimination Chamber. You talk about his Elimination Chamber match with Roman Reigns, which made my top 10 matches of this year. You're talking about that home crowd ovation and him going back to his old theme song. You're talking about him reuniting with Kevin Owens and the story that they told together as tag team champions. And then you talk about the banger on banger on banger on matches. He main evented WrestleMania, bro. How the hell is he not on this list? There's no way he could not be on my list. He main evented WrestleMania. He had the fire match against Finn Balor and Damian Priest in Pittsburgh, I believe, at Payback. He had a hell of a match against Drew McIntyre. And then he had a hell of a match against Gunther for the Intercontinental title. You got to give Sami Zayn all the credit in the world because he's showing how great of a talent he really is and how he can literally make anything stick. Sami Zayn reminds me a lot of Chris Jericho mixed with a Mick Foley, where character-wise he can make anything work, anything stick, but so could Mick. But also I think he's a better wrestler and better moves better in the ring than Mick. And that's a big compliment. And I think Sami Zayn one day will be your world champion. And I think is going to be one of the biggest pops we have ever heard when he wins that title. Number 6, Mommy. Rhea Ripley, you know damn well Rhea Ripley was going to make my top 10. There is no way in hell Rhea Ripley could not make a top 10. She is an absolute star. I know many people will probably disagree with some of her title defenses. They were kind of been really lackluster. But she's been on Raw every week. She's there more than Roman Reigns is. She fights more than Roman Reigns. She's been destroying her competition. She has, in my opinion, the second best match of the year. The match was incredible. She has one of the best matches this year. And she became a bigger star after it because of what she's done with Dominic and the Judgment Day. You can't lie and say Rhea Ripley is not a walking star. Period, point blank. She's a walking star. And she right now, you can argue, she's the face of the women's division. So with that being said, how could she not be on my list? I have to have Mommy on my list for sure. Going into 2024, dominating. I think she loses the title at WrestleMania 40, but that's not no slight shade, and I wouldn't be even hurt if she didn't. So I gotta have Rhea Ripley on my list. Number 5, L.A. Knight. Yeah. L.A. Knight, you're damn right L.A. Knight was going to be on my list. Why? Bro, did you see L.A. Knight's rise this meteoric coming? When you look at his match against Bray Wyatt at the Royal Rumble, L.A. Knight was starting to get over. There was a lot of people who were becoming fans of him. Absolutely. Slowly and slowly started to get more cheers and cheers. But like this? LA Knight after WrestleMania got mediocre, so over. Meteorically over that the WWE had no choice but to start putting him in the main event. When you're talking about when he came out against on Raw, when he showed up on Raw, when Logan Paul was in the ring talking about the Money in the Bank, the pop he got was ridiculous. You're talking about his feud with The Miz. Then they gave him the ultimate rub of all time. They gave him a tag team match with John Cena. Bro, are you kidding me? He got the tag team with the GOAT. Then he fights Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel in the main event. And some of the pops he got were in this span of time was damn near almost Stone Cold pop like. You have to show all respect and give all credit in the world to L.A. Knight, because you know damn well he was not the guy that they wanted. They didn't expect this. This kind of felt like the Yes Movement all over again. And I think L.A. Knight definitely has a future. I don't know if he'll win the Undisputed Universal title, but I will not be surprised if he won the WWE title. That wouldn't shock me one bit. And I would be absolutely all for it if he won the World Heavyweight title one day. Number 4. Yeet. Jey Uso. Main event Jey Uso had to make my list, bro, because he became an absolute star. Jey Uso has truly separated himself from his brother. We don't just look at Jimmy now. We don't just look at Jimmy and Jey as one item. You have to view them completely separate because of the star power they both have, but the work he's putting in, the matches he's putting in, and you see the way he has that crowd rocking when he starts doing this in the air. Jey Uso is on absolute fire right now, and there's no way did you see his match against Seth Rollins in my hometown? His match for Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship, his War Games performance. Jey Uso is one of the biggest baby faces in pro wrestling right now. Nobody, if you look at when he was wearing those baggy shorts with face paint on his face 10 years ago, you can't look at that Jey Uso and look at him and be like, oh, you know what? He could be one of the top guys in the company. You would not say that. So you got to give all the love and respect to that guy, main event Jey Uso. Number 3, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody had one of the most disturbing, distraught losses. Had everybody shocked that he lost at WrestleMania, where you had so many people feeling that they blew his moment by not giving him the title at WrestleMania 39. Cody Rhodes has become a bigger star by losing to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. It opened the door for so many possibilities. We're talking about him fighting in his first War Games match. We're talking about his 3 matches with Brock Lesnar, especially his match at SummerSlam, which was hot fire. Cody Rhodes became a bigger star. His matches with Damian Priest, he fought Dominic Mysterio. He became a global phenomenon, which is why the way he didn't sink after you see Roman Reigns taking all this time off and Cody's out here going to every live event, every Raw, sometimes hell, showing up on SmackDown, and literally leading damn near everything in merch. You should know Cody Rhodes will be the next face. And I can sit here and make prediction that when I come back in 2024, in December, Cody Rhodes might be the number 1 star he might reach number 1. He might be the best wrestler in 2024 because of the story that's being told and the moment that I think he's going to come across when he beats Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. So there was no way in hell Cody Rhodes could not be on my list. Number 1 and 2 were very tough because these two could be honestly flipped, and I wouldn't argue or agree. But what I got for number 2 is Seth freaking Rollins. That boy Seth Rollins is different, and Seth Rollins took the World Heavyweight Championship, which was a very new created belt, and he added so much weight and so much layers and so much relativity to it, so much prestige to it, that he made time go by fast when Roman wasn't around. Think about it. Roman Reigns didn't fight at Survivor Series. That's a big 4 pay-per-view. Roman Reigns didn't fight. He wasn't even there. And the fact that they still had this big-ass moment with him not even being there shows, A, how deep the roster is, and B, how much trust they have in Seth. Some of Seth's storylines he's been in with Nakamura were classic. And the one he's having with Drew McIntyre right now is very dope. And now we're so excited to see Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. But Seth Rollins probably just cut the best promo of his entire life against CM Punk. We are in... Seth Rollins has absolutely cooked this year. His match with Logan Paul was so fire. You can't take anything away from Seth Rollins this year because he has been an absolute titan workhorse champion, which that's what the championship was made for and designed to be, the workhorse championship. And nobody's running that flagship show better than Seth Rollins right now. Number 1, my number 1 wrestler of the year is Gunther. And let me tell you why Gunther is the best wrestler in 2023. Very simple. Look at his sample size. Who had better matches than Gunther all year? I don't think anybody did. Bro, the matches Gunther's had, you talk about the work he put in this year, was absolutely incredible. You talk about first off, his performance in the Royal Rumble alone was wild behavior, was absolutely insane. Then you talk about the triple threat match he had at WrestleMania with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Fire. So fire. You talk about the match he had with Matt Riddle and Money in the Bank. Then you talk about his matches SummerSlam with Drew McIntyre. Then you talk about some of the matches he's had on Raw. His entire feud with Chad Gable was incredible. Absolutely incredible. You're talking about his matches against Sami Zayn. You're talking about his matches against Kevin Owens. His matches at some of his matches Survivor Series and his match on this past Raw against The Miz, which was one of the best TV matches of the year. Gunther literally came in and didn't miss all year. Talking about him, we got to watch him powerbomb Braun Strowman, which was a hell of feat, strong ass feat of strength. You look at Gunther, bro, and what Gunther did with the IC title, holding it for 500 and some days. Gunther's streak is just as important. They're trying to make Gunther's streak just as important as Roman Reigns' WWE title streak, and you have to respect it. Gunther is really that guy. His moveset, his physicalness. Bro literally doesn't have a true finishing move. He literally just beats the shit out of you until you tap or you pin. Gunther is generational. And you have to respect that. And that's why he is my number 1 wrestler of the year. Because nobody held the ring more sacred than the ring general, Gunther. So, that's my list. Let me know what you guys think. I am ready to talk, discuss, and debate. I don't duck no smoke. Let me say that again. I duck no smoke. But that's how I'm calling it. Let me know how you guys are calling it. I want to say thank you guys for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next video, and until forever meets you.